I have been staring at a computer screen for the past 4 hours, so thus the blue light glasses, so I apologize for all the crazy glare that's going on, and excuse this fuzzy mess, because like I said, I've been working a bit. Hello friends and Bujo fam! Welcome to the second month of 2022. Is it just me, or did January just fly by? I don't think I even remember a single thing that happened throughout the month. Oh, except one thing that definitely blew my mind. We have reached 1,000 people in this little nook of the internet. I am so blown away and grateful and touched and just over the moon about all of your support here. So thank you so much for tuning into these little Plan With Me's here. I do have something new coming up in March, but I'm not going to bore you with those details right now. We're just going to get right into the Plan With Me first. And I apologize right now for any noise that goes on in the background. It's just kind of what you get when you live with other people in the house. Anyway, let's get this party started, shall we? So, February's female-humanoid-creature-thing theme is dedicated to fairies. After mermaids, this was one of the subjects I was most keen on drawing. I started with mermaids because I wanted to avoid drawing feet while I tried to learn more human-esque shapes. And I mean, I still kind of avoided that since this fairy is in socks. We'll get there eventually. But I did venture a little bit further and drew hands, so we're making progress. As I was reading a little bit about fairies, I learned something interesting. In the folklore, if you eat or drink something from fairyland, you can never leave. This immediately made me think of the movie Spirited Away. When Chihiro meets Haku, he warns her not to eat or drink anything there, otherwise she'll never be able to go home. I wonder if that detail of the movie was inspired by fairy folklore. I was pretty pleased with how nicely this theme lined up with Valentine's Day, which I always forget about. Fairies are often associated with romance, and this theme's color palette is quite romantic with all of the pink and ribbon. I never consider holidays or noteworthy dates when I pick a theme, so it's always fun when these kind of coincidences happen. I usually opt to make a 2-page calendar spread, but I'm pretty sure this month is going to be relatively uneventful, so I think 1 page will do just fine. Something else I decided to add to this theme was magnolias, since I think they're beautiful flowers, and I can never get enough of florals. Just like last month, I'm creating a base layer of color with my Tombows, then going over it for depth and detail with the colored pencils. Oh yeah, also, shameless self-plug here. If you'd like to have this theme yourself, I now have a printable version available in my Etsy shop. I'd argue that it looks way better digitally since you can have so much more access to all the colors ever in Photoshop. And I can easily fix all the facial features that I butcher when I draw on paper. You can only erase so much before the smudges just become part of the paper. Am I right? This habit tracker is pretty basic, not much to say about it. But what I will say is that font took me forever to letter. I seem to have this fascination with trying to letter different fonts, usually serif fonts. And I hate doing it, but I love the look, so I guess I'll just keep wallowing in my self-made misery on that one. This page is kind of like the main focus of the month, habit-wise I mean. I want to be more consistent in meditating, and I got so inspired by Journaling with Nadia's meditation tracker in January that I straight up ripped it off. If you want to check out her channel, I've linked it down below. In the center, we have a lovely little fairy sitting on top of a flower, just chilling with her little butterfly friend. I realized after I drew everything that I accidentally made too many days in the tracker. I made 31 slots, forgetting that this wasn't for January. I haven't decided if I'll just color them in black or maybe put something else in there. Any suggestions? This next page is dedicated to my goals for February. It's super basic, but I basically just write out what the goal is, then underneath it I write out smaller steps to do to achieve that goal. I'll be honest though, I didn't even think about what my goals are for this month yet. I don't even know if I have 4, so I'm gonna start thinking of a new layout for this kind of page. On this next page, we have the highlights and a stress tracker. This is the exact same format that I used in November, which was inspired by Julianne Doodles. I will also link her channel down below too if you want to check out some of her videos. Aside from the color scheme, the only thing different about this page from the November one is the butterfly wing Dutch door. It's super cute and it kind of gives me Sailor Moon vibes. Alright, this is another repeat spread from November, this time from a weekly. The butterfly wing makes a reappearance, and I added some magnolias on the right page. Otherwise, nothing else to see here. quite enjoyed having the running task list last month, so this is back again for this month. On the left side, I have a box for each day of the week. Originally, I used them for appointment or event reminders, but like I said, this one is going to be pretty chill. So instead, I think I'll use it for little entries about each day. On the right, we have another little fairy. I actually struggled with this one a bit because it's so hard to draw tiny faces. I don't think any pencil or pen tip is fine enough to get the details this small. And it kind of had to be that size because if I made it any bigger, then it would have taken up too much space. But we work with what we got, right? And it's not terrible, so that's a win.
The next two weeklies are kind of combined with a little Dutch door, but horizontal. This layout is inspired by an older one of Leela Journals, and again, I will link her channel down below. It's super minimal with the exception of the little fairy, of course.
actually think I like this drawing the most with a cute little petally dress and flower stalk. I messed up her mouth unfortunately when I was trying to draw tiny lips, but oh well. She's beautiful just the way she is. And that, my friends, is the end of this setup. Here is the final flip through as per usual. As always, thank you so much for tuning in for this plan with me. As for the other little bit of news that I had mentioned earlier, I am excited to announce that I will be launching my very first Patreon page, tentatively in March. I've had a few questions if I actually had one, and to be honest, I just never really considered the fact that anyone would really like my art or me enough to really want to support me that way. But over the past few months, I have been working like a mad woman to create a bunch of different rewards for different tiers and stuff. I'm still not entirely sure what I'm doing, but I am working on it. So like I said, I'm hoping to have everything lined up by March, and I'm really excited to get it going. If you're following me on Insta, do keep your eyes open for my stories, because over the next month-ish or so, I'll start just showing little sneak peeks of all the different rewards and what's going to be available. I'm not gonna lie, I am super nervous about it, and I feel super awkward even talking about it because it's, I don't know, it just makes me feel really vulnerable. I am like fidgeting so bad, my hands, I've just been doing this while I'm talking about it. So I'm gonna stop now. Okay, bye.